Hello guys, welcome to Tech Design. So in this tutorial we will take on a part modeling example. So as you can see here, this is the example today I'm going to discuss. So we have this looks very simple, but there are some tricks in order to achieve this model. So we'll start with a simple extrude. As you can see here, there is a 25 mm and 200 mm for length and 100 mm of width. So we will start creating this now. So let's go to NX and we'll just create a new file. So here you can just click OK. So once you click OK, you can see there is an 3D modeling workbench which is appeared. So we will just go to sketch and start creating this model. So we'll just go to sketch and select the base plane and hit OK. So this is a 2D workbench. So let's create a rectangle, simple rectangle with some center point. So this is my center point and here is the simple rectangle. So let's dimension it with a command D. So once you click D, you can see the rapid dimension. So I'll just select this, and this is our 200 mm of length. So let's give 200 mm, and this is 100 mm. Okay, so this is completely in the center. So we can see here this is a 200 mm and this is 100 mm, and we have a depth of 25. So we'll just give the extrude of 25 now. So okay, go to extrude and you can see there is a feature curve. You can just select this, and there is a 25 mm of a width. So the distance is already given 25 mm, and let us keep it as a none and click OK. So now as you can see here, we are just created a simple a rectangle with a 25 mm width. And also I just wanted to create this. As you can see here, there is a 60 mm of length, and just let me create this also. So I'll just go to sketch again and I'll just select this top view, click finish. So let us create an rectangle from this point. So now okay, so this width will be 60. So let us provide a 60 mm, and as you can see here, there is an offset over here, so we just need to constrain it. So let's go for geometric constraints, press C for geometric constraints. So point on a line, so this point should lie on this axis. So that's it. So we'll just finish the sketch and let's go to extrude, and let us see from the bottom it is 40, and here we have already given 25, so it means it will be 15 mm. So let us give 15 mm here, and let's select this feature curve. Okay, so yeah, so now as you can see here, this is separate model and this is separate body. So we just need to unite this. So either you can unite inside the extrude, or else you can just use the unite command separately. So I'll just make use of the same extrude command. So this will make your part navigator smaller as much as possible. So if your part navigator is smaller, so then the loading time of the model will be very early. If there are huge number of part features, so in that case the model will open very slow. So always avoid extra things that comes here in the part navigator. Okay, so next, as you can see here, we have this feature. So we will just create this feature. As you can see, there is a 30-degree angle from this center. So this is 100 mm. So this is overall it is 200 mm, and the 100 mm, from 100 mm it is there is a 30-degree angle. So we just need to create a plane here with an angle of 30 degree, and then on that plane we just need to make this profile. So let's go into plane, and I will select an angle here. So at an angle, at some angle I just need an plane. So what I will do is I will just go to, this is my plane, and this is my axis. Okay, before doing to that, I will just create a simple axis here. So datum axis, and okay, so this is the plane, and this is the axis. So as you can see here, we have got the axis here. So we just need to create this axis in order to get an 30-degree angle of plane. So if everything is good, and you can just click OK. So here is an axis. So on this axis, I will just create a datum plane now with an angle of 30 degree. So angle, and this is my planar reference, and an axis will be this. So now if you see from this side, you can see there is an angle starting from this. So we just need to create a 30-degree angle. Okay, so it is being taken from this face. So it is nothing but 180 plus 30. So which is nothing but, let's give minus 180 minus 30. Sorry. Okay. So now we have a 30-degree angle plane here. So if you want, you can just extrude this. So you will have a large plane. So just click OK. So now as you can see, oh, it's too much big. So let's reduce this. Okay. So now as you can see here, we have angled plane. So now whatever the profile here, so we will just create this profile on this plane. So let's go to sketch and select this plane now. Okay, just click OK. So now on this plane we can just create a simple sketch, and let's do dimensioning for this. So now as you can see, this is in a radius of 35, so which is nothing but the width will be 70 mm and this width will be 50. So 70 by 50. So let's go to rapid dimension. So this is 70 and this is 50. Okay. So now as you can see here, our sorry guys, I have selected the wrong plane. So let's finish this sketch and just delete this. Okay, now go to sketch again. So this plane I have to select. So yeah, now it is proper, and click OK. Okay, so if you want, you can just clip it the way you want. Okay, now here I just wanted to create this rectangle, and now this dimension is 70 and this dimension is 50. Okay, so now as you can see here, this point should lie on this axis now. So let us give constraint C, and this point should be on this. So now it's properly matching, and also this point should lie on this line edge. So let us give this point should lie on this axis. So now our sketch is fully constrained. So before getting constraints, now we have to make this profile as well. So let us create that profile. So for that I'll just make our angle. Okay, so I'll just go to an arc here, so center point arc. So I'll just select this center. So in order to select the center, you just make sure the center point is highlighted here. So it will automatically select. Okay, now as you can see, this profile is also done. So we will just create this profile as well, so it will make easier in all when you do all the sketches in a single sketch. So I'll just go into circle. So there is a circle with 15 diameter. So let us create a 15 diameter of, and then we have 10 mm width of slots here on the both sides. So let us create those two as well. So I'll just draw a line here, and I'll just offset this. So instead of offset, what I'll do is I'll just create this, because once we do offset we will trim it, so that doesn't looks good. So here the difference is 5 mm, and this difference is also 5 mm. Okay, so now let's draw here the lines, and these two lines should have dimensions. Between this to this it is 10 mm, and between one edge it is 5 mm. Okay, so now let us trim this with that command T. So I'm just going to trim these extra portions. Okay, and we also have this here. And we also have one more circle here, so this dimension I assume it as a 25 mm. Oops. So it's too big, let's make it as 25 mm. Okay, so now all the sketches are done, so let us finish this sketch. So now you can see here we have multiple lines here, so we just need to make sure we are selecting a proper curves in order to have extrude. So let us go to extrude, and in this case I'm not going to select a feature curves, because once you select a feature curve, all the curves in that feature will be selected. So now as you can see here, if it is highlighting like it will be selecting all the curves, so I'll just keep it as a single curve and stop at intersection. So these things are already explained to in my channel, so if you are not checked that, please go and check it. If you did not find any video on that, please let me know. I'll just make one video, because that is very important. Without that it is difficult to make any modeling in NX. Okay, so this is a simple a sketch that I am selecting. In order to unselect any curves which is already selected, just hold shift and select the curve. Okay, now as you can see here, this is the extruding direction. So in order to give that, so we just need to give until next. So until next is this. So until next is until the next phase it will be extended. So it is extended until the next phase. So we are good now. So we'll just unite to that body, and I'll just click OK. So now as you can see here, we got this whatever the phase we have here, and now we have to make these slots. So let us make that slot as well. So before going to do that slot, I'll just make this simple hole. I'm not sure whether this hole is completely throughout the body, so I'll just make it completely throughout the body. So this is my hole. So in that case, what I'll do is I'll just go to here and single curve without stopping at intersection. So you should be aware of all these options, so that it will be very easy for you to select a bodies or select a sketches. So I'll just give it throughout the body. So because it is not clear in the drawing whether how much depth is given for this. So this whatever the 5 mm depth that is given, that is for these slots, not for the hole. So I'll just give Boolean body. So this is my Boolean body. Okay, I'll just click apply. So as you can see here, this is body is removed. So now again we have to go for this curves now. Okay, so I'm going to select a single curves with a stop at intersection. So we'll select one by one. So let's give this 5 mm depth, and these are the curves that I wanted to remove. Oops. Make sure you are selecting a proper curves, so otherwise you will lose your model. Okay, so it is a subtract, so I'll just give OK. So now let me hide this sketch. As you can see here, we have got this sketch model. So this model is this body is, let's create this body as well. So once this body is created, we can just go for this curve, as you can see over here. So and also we have left with these slots as well, so let's create that as well. So before going to these things, I'll just create this. As you can see here, there is a 20-degree angle of plane, so we need to create a plane over there. So let's go to plane, and I just need to give a planar reference. So this is my planar reference, and axis should be this whatever we have, this edge. So now as you can see here, it is measuring from this edge, so which is of 20 mm. Okay, 20 degrees, sorry. So let's click OK. We have got this datum plane. So let's hide this datum plane, which is now not required. Okay, yeah, so we have dimensions here 40 mm, and then this arc of 25 mm radius, so which is nothing but a 50 mm. So let's go to sketch on this plane, and I'll just create a simple rectangle. So you can just create a rectangle at anywhere, so we just need to provide a proper dimension and proper constraints, so that the sketches wherever you will create, it will properly come and sit in your location. So this is 40 mm. So now what I will do is I'll just make sure that this point should lie on this edge as well. So go to constraint, and this point should lie on this axis, also this point should lie on this. Okay, so now we have this radius of arc, so let us create that arc. So here is my center point, and this is my arc. So what else is left? So we are left with the two circles. So let us create a 25 mm diameter and 12 diameter. So go to circles and hit enter. 25, sorry, go to circles and center 25 mm, and another one is 12 mm. Okay, so both the circles are done. So I think we are good to go. Finish the sketch, and nothing else is left. Okay, finish the sketch. Now in the same way, I'm just going to select first whatever the outer shell we have. So single curve and stop at intersection. So these are my single curves that I'm going to select. Okay, so it should be in the opposite direction, and we need to select until next. So it is not a subtract, it should be united with the body. So let's click OK. Okay, so now as you can see here, there is an width of 15 mm, which is for the diameter of 25. So let us give 15 mm for this curve, for this circle. This is 15, unite. Okay, and now we are left with a small circle. So now as you can see here, we are now cannot able to see the sketches. So in order to do that, we can just go to wireframe here. Okay, wireframe. Okay, static wireframe. So go to extrude. Now we can select this curves, and this is not an unite, it's a subtract, and let us give a subtract more length. Okay, so now we are come with, let's hide these. Okay, so now as you can see here, our model is almost ready. Only we are left with only this whatever the arc we have here, and then these slots. Let us create these slots as well, so which will end with only this arc now. So what I will do is I'll just go to sketch on this plane and click OK. So now we are having two rectangles here. So simply you can just create two rectangles, and later we can just dimension it. So go to dimensions. So now as you can see here, this is 50 mm and 37.5 mm. So from here to here it is 50 mm. And this is 37.5. Okay, so now this is 25 mm, and from here it is 100. So go to dimensions, and this is 25 mm, and from here it is 100. Okay, And let's see for the depth. What is the depth we have? So depth is 10 mm. So let us give dimensions. So from here to here it is 10 mm. Okay, so I'm not sure whether these two are 10 mm or not. As you can see here, this is simply different. So in order either you can give 10 mm for this as well, or else you can just go to constraint and make these 2 points collinear. Okay, so let's finish this sketch and go to extrude, and this is now you can able to select a feature curve. So I always tell you that you just need to understand how that works. So it is an inite, and which should be in opposite direction. So go to direction and hit it on opposite direction, and it should be 100 mm. Click OK. So now as you can see here, we have got this as well. Okay, so once your work is done, keep switching off these whatever the feature we have, otherwise it will make a lot of confusion. So this sketch is also not required. Okay, so now as you can see here, we are left with only this arc. So let us create an arc that. So for that, what I will just go to sketch on this plane, and we just need to be very careful when you are drawing this. As you can see here, there is an center point between these 25 mm and this center line. So we just need to create the center line now. So go to an line and create a center line. So as you can see here, constrain it, point on curve line. So just constrain it with an axis or a plane. Okay, and now I'll just make this as a construction line. So this is our construction line now, and on this line we have to create a radius of 50 mm. So as you can see here, so go to an arc and start selecting your 50 mm. Okay, oh shit. Just simple draw a simple arc, and later we can just give dimensions. So now as you can see here, this is lying on this axis. So we just need to give a point should lie on this 60 whatever the 60 length we have here. So I'll just make sure constraints and point on those point, so coincidence. So we'll just give this should be lying on this. Okay, so that is the one dimension that is given in the drawing. And also as you can see here, there is a depth of 5 mm. So we just need to provide that depth as well. Go to rapid dimension, and between this line to this it is 5 mm. Okay, sketch is over constraint, so I think already it is there. So let us delete it. Okay, yeah, I think that's all we have. And also what we can do is we'll just make this point on this edge. So let us give constraints, point on curve. So this point should be on this curve, and just finish it. So now that's all we have in this sketch. So let's finish this sketch, and as you can see here, we have to add an extra material on this side, and we have to remove a material at this side. So we'll just create an extrude here and go to single curve and stop at intersection. So this is my curve, and this should be addition. So we need to add this and give it in another direction, and until next. So until next in the sense until the next body it will be extruded. So now we have to remove this extra material. So go to extrude and stop at intersection, should be selected, and this is the body that I wanted to remove. So how much it should be removed? So until we can just give selected until this body. Okay guys, not until selected, until extended. So just select this, and it should be subtracted, and click OK. So hit Ctrl W, and hide everything, only show the solid body. So now as you can see here, I think we are done with a complete model. So this is how we can do. Only thing is, in this tutorial we can learn how datum planes created, and on that datum planes at an angle of whatever the angle that is given in the drawing can be created in the model. So if you have any doubts or concern, please comment in the section below, so I'll try to answer. Thank you guys. Please stay tuned and subscribe to my channel.